Hello and very warm welcome to today's YouTube live stream. My name is Uzair and it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the 27th of May 2022. Every weekday at 3 o'clock on a Tuesday and Friday, I go live and I cover topics such as Google Ads, YouTube ads, anything and everything to help you with your online digital marketing to generate more leads or sales. And today I've got a very interesting topic to go through with you. And this is one of the most asked questions which people send to me is how do I beat my competition? How do I outrank them? How do I make more money out of Google Ads and be more profitable and increase my return on ad spend? So hopefully by the end of this session, all these questions and queries you have in your mind will be answered. But before I get started, just a quick housekeeping if you are new to this channel or this session. This is also live stream on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. All the comments and questions are aggregated in one portal on my screen over here, so I can see everybody's comments and questions. You don't need to be on YouTube. I'll cover today's topic, and at the end, I'm going to answer or try my best to answer any questions anyone has. So start pinging them in so they start to get queued up. Okay, so I just want to make sure everything is working fine, which it is. And you see a URL on the screen as well. We've got a Facebook group for somebody like yourself who's interested in Google Ads. So please do join in. It's completely free of charge, and you'll get help from the community. If you have any questions or if you would like to help others, then yeah, feel free to join in. Okay, so let's get started. Now, before I get started, I'll just share something about my recent trip to New York. I was there this week, hence I couldn't do the Tuesday session. I was speaking at this Shopify meetup in New York, organized by the amazing Scott and Simon from Merchant Mastery. Now, if you are looking to up your game with regards to your Shopify store, especially for e-commerce store owners who have a store in Shopify, then you need to speak to these guys. I'm going to put their name in there. Merchant Mastery is the course, and it is one of the best courses out there for anyone who is running a Shopify store. Okay, in fact, I'll put the link of the landing page underneath the video after we finish. I'll get the URL as well. Okay, so let's get the show on the road. To to be able to beat your competition, you need to take into account few of the most important metrics. And these metrics are basically conversions, conversion rate, cost per conversion, return on ad spend, which is the ROAS, and the last one, which is this one, the customer lifetime value. Everybody, I would say 90% of professionals, business owners, marketeers focus on these four metrics. These are important, no doubt, but one of the most important one is this one. This is a game changer. If you know your customer lifetime value, if you know how to calculate this, you will sit back in your chair and you'll say to yourself, oh my God, I've been running the ads completely the wrong way. That is why I cannot outrank, outbid, and outsmart my competitors is because of this one little metric. Well, it's not quite little, because this is, in my humble opinion, one of the most important metrics. And when we do get new clients and we ask them, do you know your customer lifetime value? More often than not, they don't know. They say, well, they'll take a guess. They won't have a scientific answer or a an accurate answer. They'll just make up a number or try to give me a number. That doesn't work. It will never work. If you're trying to kid yourself, you are going to lose a lot of money, waste a lot of money, and you'll be wasting your time. So it's fine if you don't know your customer lifetime value. You don't, I'm not trying to embarrass anyone. You shouldn't feel ashamed that, oh my God, I don't know. Lots of things people don't know, and then we learn as we go along. So if you were to take something away from today's session, then I would say look at this metric, which is the customer lifetime value. I'm going to show you why it is so important. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, I'm going to go to the next page. So first we start with lead generation, and then I'm going to move on to um, e-commerce as well, because there are two different metrics, right? I'm going to go after the cost per acquisition. So let's say you're generating leads, and you've got, let's say, 10 leads at, I'm going to keep it dollars per lead, right? Or one lead, we can say. It costs you $10 to get a lead, which is fine. Then we have every three leads converts into a client. So we have our lead to client conversion rate. So there will be two conversion rates over here. One would be, you can say, 1 out of 10 leads convert, then you'll have a 10% conversion rate. And then it costs you $10 per lead, right? So you need to look at two. Then you go lead per conversion rate. And let's say every three leads convert into a sale or into a client. $30 to acquire one client or customer. Fairly straightforward so far. Every time we get a client, I should say the first order, let's say. First order, first average order equals to, we'll just put in $50. So it cost us 30 and we earned 50, right? So I'm going to put in gross profit. 50 minus 30 equals to $20. Now, this does not include any other costs for producing that order, right? Now, I'm looking at over here right now on a service-based business. You may not have a cost of goods directly, but if you did have a cost of goods, then obviously we're not taking that into account yet. But let's say this is our profit. Now, we bring into the customer lifetime value. So your margins are fairly thin over here. Let's bring in customer lifetime value and see how this changes. So you look at your database or in your accounting software or app, and then you see that every time I get a new client, they order 4 times within 12 months. So our average order value is 50. 50 times 4. 200 minus. Now your acquisition cost doesn't change, right? That is the same. You have already acquired the customer on the first order. The second, third, and fourth, you don't pay Google or Facebook or any other traffic channel to acquire that client. Now, all of a sudden, you have jumped from making just $20 to $170. And that is the difference. Now you can bid more aggressively. Now, what you can say to yourself or to your marketing team that look, we can bid more aggressively, we can be a lot more bolder, we can bid more and outrank everybody, because although our cost will increase a bit, we are still very profitable because we know that every time we get a client, we earn $170 on average. Very few people look at the customer lifetime value. You have got to bring this into the equation if you are running ads. You just cannot run on these four metrics. That's where you go wrong. And the other thing which you don't want to be working on is just that first order and look at this number and said, well, we're not making any profit. Because if you were to just break even, let's say your cost was over here 50 and you've broken even, then at least the Google cost is not coming out of your pocket. You can then scale it. And this is how companies scale their campaigns, is by able to use the money or the funds they receive from these clients and orders and invest it back into Google and then keep on reinvesting. Is repeat and rinse. That's what you want to be doing, is this. So if you are taking on new clients, so we very rarely take on new clients now if they don't know the average customer value, customer lifetime value, because first of all, they will need a fair amount of educating. And secondly, if they don't look after their numbers, then we are going to have a hard time working together, because we as an agency don't hide anywhere except show the numbers. We tell them whether it is black and white or red and white. If it is making a loss, obviously it's going to be red. If it's making a profit, it's going to be black. So the numbers is all you should care about and all we care about. So that's what you want to be doing, the customer lifetime value. Let me bring in my spreadsheet for an e-commerce business. I'm just going to move this along so you guys can see it properly. Okay, I think you should be able to see it. I'll just make sure. Yeah. Okay, now this is on how we can work out what is a good return on ad spend and how much we can afford to bid. So there are always two types of campaigns. One is for branded campaigns, and one is going to be non branded campaigns, right? This is a very straightforward spreadsheet. You guys can make it. So please don't ask for this template because I don't have it somewhere online where I can send you the link. But it's fairly straightforward. You can screenshot this or you can watch this video again. First cell is average conversion value. That's the order value, right? Desired ROAS. What are we looking for? What should be the goal for the return on ad spend? And what's the conversion rate? So you go into your account, Google Ads account, and see, or your sales um, invoicing account, where what's the average conversion value? Every time you get an order, how much they spend. So we put in three columns. We are working on 200%, 150%, and 100% to see how the numbers stack up. So that is these three. In fact, average order value will stay the same, right? Then you look at your conversion rate and go into your account again, enter your conversion rate, whatever it may be. Then you put in your desired ROAS. So which is that one? 200%, 150, and 100. Three columns, right? Then the max CPC is, the equation is that B3 divide that by B4. So the B3 is 150, divide that by B4 times B5. And that is the maximum profitable CPC you can afford to bid on. So if you look into your account and you see 9, 10, or whatever, you may not be profitable because this will give you the calculations what you need. Or if it's at $9 you're bidding or you're paying, you won't get the 200% ROAS. 1.5 is 9.68. 100% ROAS is 14.52. Now, why I'm showing you this is what I've just taught you. The customer lifetime value. If you were to bid on the customer lifetime value and say, look, even if I break even on my ad cost and my cost of goods are taken care of, I can bid more aggressively because I get another 3 orders or 4 orders afterwards every time on average from every customer. That's how you would work out your maximum CPC bid. For non-brand campaigns, again, you do the same, exactly the same thing. Now, how, you may ask me, how do I work out which campaign is which? First of all, this is why the account structure is so important. You've got to structure the branded campaigns separately, or the branded keywords separately from the non-branded. So we always have branded campaigns running on their own, and branded campaigns should never ever ever run out of budget or limited by budget, because somebody's going to Google, typed in your brand name or your product name, they know who they are looking for, and you must always bid on your brand. Don't think and don't say to me, oh, well, I'll get the first position on my organic. Why should I pay Google for my branded? If you don't bid on your brand, I'm going to bid on your brand and take that top spot on Google. So just to stop your competitors from being above your name is worth the price. And branded keywords are not very expensive either. They are pennies. They're not like $100, $50 clicks. They will be in pennies, and you'll be able to run it, unless and until you are a very big brand. That's a different matter, because the whole world will be bidding on them. But for small to medium sized businesses, it is absolutely critical. And you also need to educate your client. Look, we've got to bid on our brand. There's no way we shouldn't be skipping this. And the same thing, exercise, you do the same over here, right? Average conversion value you put in, desired ROAS, conversion value, and you will get that maximum um, CPC bid. So we've got all of that, right? Now, let's turn the tables around and change things around a bit. So instead of just average conversion value, which was 150, now we are taking into lifetime conversion value of 650. So we got 4 or 5 orders afterwards. The clients keep coming back. If they are not coming back to you, then that should tell you that there is something wrong with your business model, your product, your service. They don't like what they get, they don't like what you've got. So that is not Google's or Facebook's fault that they are not coming back. That should give you a red alert that there is something seriously wrong in our business. We got to fix it. So that's how you increase the customer lifetime value, because if we've got a client, we want to keep them for as long as possible. If we are performing, giving them a profitable return on ad spend, they'll stick around for more. If we don't, then they're going to go away. So let's do the same thing again. Instead of 150, we make it 650. ROAS, same 200%, 150 and 100. Conversion rate is the same as before, 9.68. And now look how much more you can afford to bid. 31.46. You are going to outrank, outbid, and outsmart your competition all day long, because they are working on these numbers. There is no way they'll be able to go up to here. And secondly, very few people know how to do this. So those of you who are watching this, you know, I hope you get uh, something new and something different which you've learned from the past, because this is how you beat your competition all day long. There is no way in the world I'll be outbid and I'll be outsmarted in Google Ads, because I'm playing a different game to all the amateurs. These are the boys over here. This is the game which the men play. So you got to separate yourself from the boys to the men. All right. That's why customer lifetime value is critical for the success of any campaign. So we've got $31 for 200% ROAS, $62 for 100% ROAS. On the non-branded one, the same thing. Over here again, I think I made from 44.94 I had put in just to be different. I've doubled it up to 100. And you can play around with the numbers and show it to your client. Look, this is why we need this customer lifetime value. If your client doesn't know it, go through this exercise, and then they will know that you are the right person they have picked to run the campaigns, because you care about the business, not just running ads blindly, right? And without knowing what the end result is going to be. We predict the future, that look, if we do this, if we bid at this amount, or if we are paying Google. Now bidding, again, Google is taking away from us, right? Max conversions, target CPA, all these smart bidding. But at least you know your average cost per click. I can go up to 31.46 and I'll be profitable at these numbers. The other thing which I can then change around is that, okay, I want to make that to 12. Let's try and convert more on our sales process. Not that is nothing to do with Google Ads. Improve the website speed, increase and improve the landing page experience. So lots of things you can do to improve these numbers. How about we upsell a bit more and make that into 850. All these numbers work hand in hand, and you will never lose out. So I hope that makes sense, and you'll know now how to beat your competition all day long. Okay, I've got a few comments and questions. I'm going to go to them now. So if you do have any questions, start putting them in on the comments. Uh, uh, uh. Okay, why is this not working? Okay. Hi, Manoj. I'm running search campaign for a local business. Google is showing ads to places other than the target locations. Any way to stop them? Yes, they will. It will happen from time to time. All you do is keep adding them as negative placements or locations, I should say, and that will reduce that and get rid of it. So let's say you're running in the US. US has got what, 50 or 51 states. So if you're running ads in just one state, add all the other 49 from day one as negative locations. Okay. If an agency charge a fixed fee and customer pays for billing, how to do ROAS? I've just shown you how to do the ROAS. So ROAS is a very simple number. How much you spent on ads, how much you got back in sales. That's it. So that's the difference, right? So customers for us always pays for Google Ads. I would not recommend that you do that, because if they rack up a Google Ads bill and they say, "Well, I'm not paying you because I didn't make a profit," then you're stuck. You have to pay Google. So I would never recommend that you pay for Google Ads. Customers always set up the billing in their account. So we as an agency, we get access to our client accounts through to our MCC, which is the My Client Center. If you don't know, just Google Ads MCC, sign up for the account, and all our client accounts are under that MCC. And each client has got the billing set up by the client themselves. We never ever get involved with billing. And I think you're referring to the ROAS. Yes, you can add the agency fees on that spreadsheet, however you want to do it. Okay. Hi, Naman. You from Pakistan, so am I. I'm originally from Karachi, but I've been in the UK for about 35 years now. Um, I appreciate your comment and appreciate all of you being here. Let me check if there's any other comments or questions. So I think I've covered one more. There is from Digital Business Grow. How to decide customer ads? I'm not sure what you mean by this question. Are you talking about the customer budget? I think that's what you are trying to say. How you decide how much to spend per day. If that is the question, you need to ask your client. Well, the client doesn't know anything. You see, that's why they've come to you for help. That's why they've come. Okay, you said yes. That's why they've come to you. So it's like you going to a restaurant and you're the chef asking you, which spices do you want me to put in? Well, I don't know. I just need something which tastes good. Put what you want. The only things which I will say, look, I don't eat too much chilies or something like that. Other than that, I'm just going to give him the direction how I like my steak, well done, medium, rare, and so on. But I'm not going to ever say to him, look, you should do this much salt, this much pepper, this much spices. Same with Google Ads. Don't You get directions, you ask the right questions to your client so the client understands that yes, this guy knows everything. So what I've just shown you about going through that spreadsheet, working out the customer lifetime value and what's your maximum profitable CPC, how much can you afford to pay for to acquire a lead, how much you can afford to pay to acquire a client, and so on. You got to go through that, and that is part of our onboarding process. Without that onboarding, the clients don't get onboarded, because then we are flying blind. How much should we be bidding? How much should we be shooting to acquire a customer or a lead? So you must always do that. So uh, it it depends on the cost per click. If the click cost is $50 and you want 10 clicks a day, you need to budget $500. If the click cost is $1 and you need $30, 30 clicks a day, you need $30 budget a day. So the for new accounts, what I tend to do is to get the data in as quickly as possible. Test it, because we need to get the data in. It's not about wasting money. I'd rather spend 10 days getting the data in than wait 3 months and spend $10 a day. I might as well spend 50 a day, see what's happening quickly, and keep optimizing it. So that's how I would go about it. Okay, I think I've covered everything. So thank you all for sending the questions and for being here. If you haven't subscribed, then yeah, please do subscribe, because we go live um, every Tuesday and Friday. Okay, I've got one more, last one. How to decide agencies running ad charges? How much you charge? Okay, I can't decide or tell you how much you should be charging. Neither you should listen to me or to anyone how much you should charge. I don't know your circumstances. I don't know your lifestyle. I don't know how much overheads you've got, how many staff you've got. What is the minimum you need to uh, earn a livelihood and to be able to um, support yourself and your family? The best way to do is to work in reverse. Okay, I need to earn $5,000 an hour, a month, let's say. An hour would be fine as well if you want to, but I'm just giving a general example. 5 grand a month. Then you reverse and say, okay, I've got 8 hours per day. I work 5 days a week. How much is my hourly cost? And that's how you would go about doing it. But that is, we have to go into a lot more detail and depth before you come to a number, because I can't just throw a number at you and say, well, you should be earning this much or you should be charging this much. When I started, we started at a very low price, then we kept on increasing, and now we work on a percentage of ad spend, where the client is only going to increase the spend if they are making profit. So if they are growing, we are growing, because we are making um, them more money, and we deserve to make more money as well at the same time. And secondly, they are growing the business, so are we. So I don't need to go after looking for hundreds of clients. I can have a handful of really good clients who are spending big money. And by big money, some accounts we're spending about $300,000 a month. So that can quite easily be done on Google, YouTube, display network, and so on. I like SpyFu. Yeah, SpyFu is one of the tools which you can look at competition, but take all this data with a grain of salt. They're not mega accurate, and don't just rely on them. Omer, how can we increase the leads? Okay, this is a very interesting question. I'm going to answer this for you. Um, you need to increase your budget. If you are getting leads right now, let's say you're getting 10 leads a day, and each lead costs you $10, and your budget is, let's say, 100 a day. So you're only going to get a maximum of around 10 leads per day. If you need more leads, then you need to increase the budget. You go to $200, you get 20 leads. You go to $300, you get 30 leads, and so on. I'm going to go in, I think on Tuesday, I'm going to go through our account and I'll show you how we have generated leads, over 10,000 leads, 600 appointments last year, and we spent over $100,000 on ads. So that's for our own agency, not for our clients. This is how we generate leads. We keep on increasing the budget. So to get more leads, you've got to increase your budget. That's as simple as that. It's a different thing if if you're not converting the traffic into leads and leads into customers. So the first thing is you get the clicks, they don't convert. That means your offer is not good enough. The hook is not strong enough. They don't like what they see. So you got to give them an irresistible offer where they become a lead. They give you the name, email, and phone number. Once they become the lead, that's half the battle. The other battle is converting them into paid clients, because if you don't convert them, you're going to run out of money. You're going to give all your money to Google, generating just leads and no sales. So you got to do both of them. Okay. How much time it takes for the ad to show after approval? Pretty much straight away. It starts to run as long as the billing is updated. Have been 2 days since it's approved, but zero impressions. The budget is not small. So it could be the targeting, the keywords, the bids. It may be a number of things. The ads you said is approved. Yeah. The ad preview and diagnosis say your ad is not showing. Yeah. Without looking into your account, honestly, I can't comment, but you need to check your all your account settings, your campaign settings, and it should start to run if you, or make sure that there aren't any negative keywords which are blocking your keywords which you are targeting. I live in India this time and I want to acquire clients in US. How to connect clients and how to approach. Come over on Tuesday at same time over here. I'm going to show you how you got to have a sales funnel. First of all, you to generate leads and clients, you got to offer something which is of value to somebody, and not just, hey, I'm a Google Ads expert, come to me. There are millions of them out there. Why should they pick you? Why should they pick me? That is the question. All right. So you got to be different. And what you have learned today, I would like to think that you will be different, because you will be asking different questions to your clients. How do you um, differentiate yourself? Is by doing these things. And I'll go through some questions and some funnels or a simple lead magnet for you guys to set up and start running. But you'll need to run ads for sure. Without ads, you will not get any traffic. You will need to invest. And unless and until you are very good at SEO and you can get your page ranked in Google pretty much straight away, that's a different matter. But other than that, you will need to invest in some cash. Okay, I can see some more pinging in. I've just got 5 more minutes, guys. I'll try my best to answer as many questions as I can. Okay, you're most welcome. How does ad rank impact on CPC? Yes, it will impact on CPC, because ad rank is made up of the quality score, the expected CTR, uh, and your bid. So sorry, not the CTR. What's the third component? We got quality score, we got the bid, and there's one more. My mind's completely going blank. But if you Remind me, Shakil, on Tuesday. In fact, I will put this video which I have. Let me find it for you very quickly. It's on our YouTube channel somewhere, as to how you. I think it's one of my best videos, which has been exactly on this topic. Da, 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 da. How to rank. There you go. Found it. All right. I think you should have got it by now in the comment. You guys can check it out. So this will show you how to rank number one by paying the least amount of CPC. It's a really good video. I did this about, I think, 3-4 years ago, but it's still very applicable today. Okay. How can I track conversions of lead gen campaign? You set up your conversion tracking on either on the thank you page or on the button click when they convert. The sign up form is Google form. Developer said it's not possible to direct prospects from Google form to a thank you page. I will not use Google form, and he may be right. So don't use Google form, use some other forms if you can't direct to a thank you page, but you got to direct somebody to a thank you page for sure. Okay, you're most welcome. How to stop competitor clicks? You can't. You can minimize by using third party apps. Um, Google has got a very sophisticated um, way of stopping invalid clicks as well. But just like people, you can't stop people from stealing from the shops, no matter how many security guards and cameras they put in. People will always find a way to steal goods from the shops. So the only thing you can do is to minimize it by using third party apps. Okay, that's lovely. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here and for your lovely questions. I'll be back with you guys on Tuesday, and we're going to go through setting up your sales funnel, how to generate leads for yourself as a freelancer, what are the opportunities out there, and how you can generate work for yourself to get started, either as a on a freelance basis or in making a digital marketing agency. Brilliant. So I shall wish you all a very happy and a great weekend, and wish you all the best for the next week. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday.